Did you know that the health of your teeth can be kind of connected to your mental health, also your cardiovascular health? It's true. Ed Jones, Cady Kuhlman are back on the show this morning with Nutrition World. They're going to kind of peer inside our mouths and let us know how that's a reflection of our overall health. Is that right?
Absolutely. And I was put on an assignment a month ago to do a deep dive into the relationship between gum health, teeth health, and cognitive ability and cardiovascular disease, plus other diseases. And I took a deep dive that I found stuff I had no clue about. Things that I have been doing wrong. One of those is Listerine and these kind of products. This was invented in 1880. And the reason I'm going to say that this is one of the most dangerous, what I won't say dangerous, cautious products in the whole world is because we have something in our mouth called the microflora. The microflora are the good bacteria. When you kill all of your bacteria, the good and the bad, it's just like an antibiotic. That's what these alcohol-based mouthwashes do. What that ends up doing is decreasing the amount of what we have called nitric oxide. That is where the body produces this molecule, and it was actually the people who discovered it got a Nobel Prize for medicine, where it relaxes arteries. That means the blood can flow. When you don't have nitric oxide, blood pressure goes up. Pregnancy issues, like she's pregnant, pregnancy issues go up. All kind of heart diseases go up. We don't want to disable that. So what do we do about it? First off, we quit killing the good bacteria.
Okay.
The bad bacteria and the good, because when you kill it, you're killing all. Secondly is, how do I replace some of that? I do it by eating fermented foods, good yogurts that don't have sweetener in them, and I love this product by Life Extension called Oral Hygiene. Oral Hygiene is 2 probiotics that you let melt in your mouth. There's clinical studies to show the reduction of potential Alzheimer's and other cognitive dysfunctions because we're putting the good guys back in.
Okay, so time out, because nobody wants to go into the office with bad breath either.
Nope.
So are you saying that if you're going to use a type of a mouthwash, then just make sure you're using the probiotic?
Nope, I'm not saying that. I think there's no way we can replace what we have devastated with Listerine type of products and some of the commercial toothpaste.
Okay.
What we do is recreate the good bacteria within that then keeps the breath fresh. If we have enough good bacteria, we don't have to bomb it.
So bad breath
everything.
is a reflection of a problem.
It is. Staphylococcus mutans is what causes a lot of this, and that's what causes teeth enamel to rot and us to have fillings. It's Staphylococcus mutans, and you kill it with Listerine, but the problem is the other good bacteria all die along with the Staphylococcus, but Staphylococcus comes back like this.
Is the Listerine type stuff the only thing hurting that good bacteria?
Vaping,
what else?
Cigarette smoking, and here's the big.
You said vaping?
Vaping, cigarette smoking, excessive alcohol, anything that kills bacteria and produces dry mouth. Dry mouth is what makes these bacteria flourish. Now, the secret that I have found 15 years ago to my health and my sleep was mouth taping. When you mouth tape, you don't have dry mouth at night. Not having dry mouth helps the good bacteria and helps kill the bad bacteria.
Okay, so you've got this table full of products over here, Cady. What of these are you liking and why?
So at our store, we've come up with this idea called Hygiene Heroes. We're coming up with a plan to help get the good bacteria back into people's mouth, because that's ultimately what we want to do is balance out that flora. So everybody uses toothpaste, right? And so we'll start here with toothpaste. One topic I want to hit on real fast is there's a controversy around fluoride, and I'm not going to go into that too detailed at this moment, but why people are using fluoride is to protect something that is naturally on the tooth, which is called hydroxyapatite. Hydroxyapatite is what's protecting the enamel. So when we hear of tooth decay, we're looking at this compound called hydroxyapatite. Fluoride goes in and stabilizes hydroxyapatite, but there's concern around fluoride, concern around it lowering IQs, concern around it blocking the pineal gland, which is an executive function part of our brain. So we are not fans of fluoride at our store, but that is, a topic people can get further into. What we are a fan of is they make toothpaste now that actually contain the hydroxyapatite. So it goes right in and it actually covers the natural hydroxyapatite, and it just helps promote more of it, reinforcing it, exactly.
Okay.
I'm also not a fan of Colgate types of toothpaste, and so I'm showing an alternative here. One of the big concerns with Colgate is it has something in it called triclosan, which is actually a registered antibiotic. So when you go in and you're using something every day on your gums that's a registered antibiotic, you're killing the good and the bad, just as he discussed, and we don't want to kill the good and the bad.
Okay.
So these things are not going to have that in there.
Okay.
Second of all, I'm going to touch real quickly on a toothbrush. So you're really supposed to replace your toothbrush actually every 2 to 3 weeks, and most people do not do that, but that's to prevent bacteria from accumulating on
Logical.
the toothbrush. Right. We actually sell this toothbrush that has antimicrobial agents within the bristles. It actually is infused with something called silver, which is a very natural antimicrobial, antibacterial agent, but not in like an antibiotic type way. It just doesn't allow for the bacteria to flourish. These can go a little bit longer, every 2 to 3 months.
Okay.
But if you're not going to buy this type, then suggesting every 2 to 3 weeks throwing out your toothbrush.
Okay.
And we are going to give away free samples of these toothpaste right here. The
Oh,
one
yeah.
that is pure, the Himalayan.
For how long?
Till we run out.
Okay. So Nutrition World is where you want to go. Okay, I have a minute left. Flossing is important.
Flossing is very important, and the problem with conventional floss is that it has something in there called PFAs, which is a forever chemical. When you're going up into your gums, it's a very easy place to absorb whatever you're doing. These are endocrine disruptors from like the Oral-B type floss. So just saying to use a floss that does not have those forever chemicals.
Okay.
Very important.
And then if you do love your Listerine and you think, oh my gosh, I can't live without my mouthwash, you can have one, just get a safe one. You like this product?
Love this product. It contains something called xylitol, which doesn't allow for the bacteria or the fungus to flourish.
Okay, you look glowing.
Thank you.
In your pregnancy.
Thank you.
You can find them at Nutrition World on Lee Highway, nutritionw.com. There's their phone number. They'll have all this information to help you when you walk through the door. Thanks.
Find amazing deals store-wide during the extended wall-to-wall sale at Furniture Row.